Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Um,
Um,
so this is
so,
weird.
ah, I
We
don't know.
are go ahead.
It's like when you're doing like like when you're new and you don't know what to do with your hands, like
Like
you're singing or like on a in a play or something, and you're just like,
yeah.
that's how I feel right now.
That's
Cause
exactly cuz this is a pre-tape.
we're pre-tapes.
Pre-tape. This is our first time pre-taping this show. We're doing it for a good reason though because we have been dying to get our guest on.
Yes.
And he's just not available on Fridays. He's too busy for
No.
us.
No.
So we are pre-taping to accommodate him.
Yeah.
I hope he fucking appreciates it.
I guess we'll find out
I guess so.
in
Eventually.
just a few minutes.
But we'll get to him. We'll get to
Yeah.
him. But anyway,
Yeah.
this is pre-tape. But we will be, if you're watching this, just know we will be monitoring the comments.
Yeah, please
So
comment still.
yeah,
We'll acknowledge what you're
yeah,
saying. We still appreciate you.
we do. And I didn't mean monitor like for language or anything. So
Yes, she did. She's a
oh,
mom.
stop swearing. Yeah,
How dare
yeah.
you?
The one who just said fucking yeah.
He
You know
fucking
how I am.
appreciates it. No, remember how horrified Alina would get with us when she was
Oh,
little? Oh my God. And now she curses, and I'm like,
like
Alina.
a sailor.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you were judging us a lot for a very long time.
A whole lot. As a matter of fact, she like would scold me and Dave and me, like scold us
Yeah.
when we would let something slip. And then of course it made me laugh so much. She'd be like, "It's not funny. It's not funny, mommy." Yeah. And it would make me laugh more, of course. And I would be like, "It's fucking hilarious."
And now I
Mommy!
see her like Instagram stories, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, do not follow her if you do not like foul language.
yeah, yeah.
That is my caveat. That's my daughter, and I guess that's obvious.
What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking my classic Maker's Mark. Neat.
Delicious,
Yeah.
delicious.
How about you?
Well, in honor of our guest, which you will announce in just a little bit, I have this fancy, not a spoiler, a fancy glass, and having a very healthy drink of vodka and coconut water.
Oh, good for you. I like that you're looking out for your health.
Yeah.
That's good. That's nice.
It also feels weird to be drinking on a night where don't
don't usually.
typically do a show.
Yeah. Yeah, usually this I save my drink of the week
Right.
for Friday.
And I usually
Um,
only drink Friday to Wednesday. So a Thursday is very bizarre.
So you're starting. So basically, you've had no days in between. So yeah, yeah. I sort of have gone the opposite during the pandemic. I drink less, maybe not than I ever did, but less than everybody else I know. That's for sure.
That's true. Yeah, you are definitely the teetotaler of the group.
Yeah, teetotaler by one or two drinks on
Yes,
the weekend.
yes.
Maybe I might have a second drink during
That
the weekend.
means that's teetotaling to us.
Yeah, right. Exactly. May as well be. May as well
Like,
be.
that's just a snack.
That's right. Yeah. And I will say though, I'm a cheaper date now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because it does. My one drink makes me a little like hee hee. So,
Oh, and when you don't drink, the sleep is fantastic. The
right.
4 hours isn't quite as
Yeah.
exhausting
Right. The 4 hours
as,
you can go like straight 4 hours without
yeah,
tossing and turning so
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes.
I really want to do really quickly do a shout out for a couple of things that were really cool that happened today
Yeah.
because there's been a lot of really. It's been a horrible week.
It's been
I
a
think
horrible
for a lot of
year.
a horrible year, and it just keeps. It feels like it just keeps getting worse and worse, and like social media and government in the United States and the world, like the narcissism and fascism and racism, like it just felt really heavy this
Oh
week
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Um, so something really positive happened in the past couple of days. My mother is a vice principal at a school in Dallas
Mhm.
called Burnett Elementary. It's in the
Shout
lower
out to
income.
Burnett.
Burnett. It's in a lower income part of Dallas. My mom's amazing. She's been there for a long time. She was supposed to retire last year,
That's
and
right.
took on another year because of COVID, because of the pandemic, because she didn't want to leave them out in the cold. But Texas Ballet Theater, which one of my old ballet teachers is now the ballet mistress there, they are doing this outreach program now. They're just starting. So there's 35 kids in this ballet class now, and they needed shoes. So my sister Victoria posted, we need shoes if anybody can donate. I reposted the same thing and just got like an influx of friends saying, giving me tips on what to do and donating. And then also Simply Latina Designs, who I have this beautiful candle from,
Yes.
contacted me. It's amazing. Contacted me because we've sort of had like a back and forth now. How can I donate? So they contacted my sister. They donated some money so they can get shoes to the kids. And then my sister let me know this organization called Brown Girls Ballet, Girls Do Ballet, contacted her. That's a whole other story, which is another amazing story. But they're donating all brand new shoes to the kids, which I think is fantastic.
That.
So I just want to say again, Simply Latina Designs, Brown Girls Do Ballet. You guys are amazing, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, Brown Girls, Latinas representing.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's amazing, and all from a simple post.
A simple post. Just ask, and I have to. And I was thinking about this today. I'm not a person that likes to ask for help. It's very difficult, especially in my 20s and 30s. Like, it was very hard for me to open up when I needed help, and we all do. And just like a simple request like this, it's amazing what can open up and how many people want to contribute. And now these kids are in a situation where it's going to change the narrative of their lives. Like, they're going to experience dance and new music that they may have never heard, and learn stories of these classic ballets. And, it's just, and even if they don't go on to be professional ballet dancers, like, it's going to affect, it's going to have something, plant a seed for something.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing. You told me that story, and it's so great. You're right. It's nice to hear something positive.
Yeah.
Coming out of a dark week, a dark
Yeah.
year. So that is good. So love the positive stories.
Yes. Love my brown people.
Yeah. Yay, brown people.
Yeah.
I think you know what? Let's stay positive before we bring our guest on.
Because it can turn. It can turn with us.
It turns on a dime. I was almost gonna go there. I know. Let's save it. Let's save that for the Monday.
Can I intro?
That's right. Yes, you should intro.
Today, I'm so excited. I feel like I have to intro just because you've known this person for such a long time, and I'm a new friend, a newbie. But today we have Lopez.
That's right. Yes, let's bring him on.
Bring him on.
There he is.
Look at this.
Welcome. Oh, are you making that happen on his screen?
Yes, it's got the magic glow bar.
Wow.
It activates the mirror where I can see all your audience. Hey, Dennis and Lois. Hey, Elsie Siriano. Good luck on the new show. Oh, Raquel,
that's another crazy thing. Siriano and Elvez,
Letty and Pat, and Sarah Cunningham. Congratulations on that show. I forget what it's called. Pierre, I saw his TV show while I was taking a bath. And Kim Serene, you should have her as a guest. Slim Evans, Bill Tutton, Pony Death Ride. They don't live in the United States no more. Ashley, Michelle Chanel, she was following as well. And Pinky, hi Pinky.
Oh, wow! It's like you're there.
It's 3D. Claudia. It was really funny that you didn't know that Pinky's real name wasn't Pinky.
Had no idea.
Yeah, you love the theater, and you want to keep things theatrical. And so I'm going to tell you, my real name isn't Elvez. It's Robert Lopez.
What?
It's a fish. Pesque.
Lopez.
Robert Lopez?
Spanish is fish.
Pesque.
Lopez. That's me, Robert Lopez. I'm not really Lopez. Like Pinky's a really well. She is Pinky all the time. Yeah, but I am Lopez. Call me Lopez.
It's so bizarre when you find out somebody like you've known somebody for a long time and it's not their name.
You didn't know
And
I
you're
was
like,
a fish.
What? Yes. I have known Robert and I have known each other for
150 years.
138 years. Yes, that's right.
We were there when they founded America, and we said, "Oh, that's not what they meant. That's not my Jesus."
That's right. I ain't Hispanic. But yeah, 25 years ago, that was in reference to one of his songs. I'm not Hispanic. 25 years ago, I
To the day.
had. Sorry?
To the day.
Okay.
just say,
It's close. Yeah, it's close.
Improv.
yeah.
But
yes,
25 years ago, I had the weirdest audition of my life.
oh my God, please tell me because I don't think I know this.
You don't know this story?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No.
So I was tipped off.
I usually don't care, but
Right.
I do care.
Yeah. I was tipped off by a couple of friends, couple of
Richard
guys.
Montoya?
It was Richard Montoya and Rick Salinas both told me they were friends with this guy who is the Mexican Elvis, and he was looking for new singers, and I should go audition because I'd just done a show with them, so they knew me as a singer, and I was like, yeah, cool, so I set it up, and I come from the acting world, and not too long out of college, but
Now you're a very serious actress.
that's right, very.
Mostly
and-
been Shakespeare.
I
Posada.
talked to Robert.
All the
That's
roles.
right.
He's been all the roles of La Posada.
That's
The
almost.
baby girl, the middle girl.
Almost. I'm getting there. I'm getting ready to do the comadres. Anyway, I talked to him on the phone, and we set up this audition, and it's at his house. Well, I was like,
Oh.
House. And all of a sudden, like the red flags, I'm like, God damn it, shit. But he knows these guys. He knows these guys, so it's got to be okay. So I was like, all right, I'll go to this guy's house and
I've done that.
audition. So I get to this house. He lived in, East Hollywood at the time, Silver Lake-ish. And I go to his house, and it is like funky as all get out. It's like cool, but it's like there is shit everywhere. Like cool pop art stuff everywhere. Robert's, has very eclectic collection of things.
What are you talking about?
I didn't have this yet.
You did not have that. You did not have that. I might have gone running. But so I get there, and he's just sort of like, oh, hi, yeah, come in. He's not like, hi, how you doing? Nothing. None of that.
Well, I'm
Robert
in a
was,
bathrobe,
well, just about. I think you were like very casual. Very casual. And
Like an open silk robe.
yeah, come on in. Anyway, he sits down. He's like, okay, yeah. So you want to sing? And so I sang my prepared song.
What did you
and-
sing?
God, I wish I could remember. I don't know. I have no idea.
It was the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
That would be fitting.
Very patriotic.
That would be very fitting. That's the girl.
So I sing, and he's like, okay, so can you dance for me? I was like, dance for you? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to put on some music and just dance. I was like, oh God, okay.
He's got
sure.
his silk robe open up even more. And he's like, just dance
yeah.
for me.
Just puts on music. I was like, okay. and I left there like, holy shit, what just happened? That is bizarre. Then I think
Then you
then
fell
I
in
think
love.
I had Lisa and I both come back, I think, and dance together, maybe. Something.
Now kiss.
Anyway.
So grab those pillows and you're just gonna like hit each other with
We'll
them.
be doing this on stage, you know. And you're in front of 20,000 people. David Bowie's on stage in the next band.
I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, and the rest is history. I got the job. but I walked out of there going, you what?
And I never called her back.
Yeah, that would be funny. That'd be a whole other story. But yes, that was 25 years ago. This weird experience that turned into 25 years of traveling and touring with this guy and having the best time.
Well, she had natural talent. I could tell in my bathrobe, in my bedroom, in a house, just to whatever music I put on. And that Battle Hymn of the Republic.
That just sealed the deal.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember, like, you know, like you always saying, you know, I don't dance. Like that was a thing. Like I'm not a dancer, blah, 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 all the time. And then when I finally got to see, I don't remember which show it was. Was it the Federal was the first time I saw you guys?
Oh, probably.
Or Los Polvos? I can't remember. Maybe it was the Federal. Yeah, it was later. It was later. But I can't remember which one.
I can't remember.
But I was like,
either.
Bitch, you can dance. What are you talking about? It's like it's all dancing.
I can move and shake. I wouldn't call what we do dancing.
They're looking up here, so what you do
That's
here.
right. Exactly.
That's the point. That's what you learn. It's up here.
We've always joked that we have a like Elvet handbook of moves. So it's move number 38. It's this one. It's move number 29. This one.
The train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, let's start from the beginning. Robert, what's your favorite curse word?
Fucker.
I'm going to actor studio this out.
Fucker. Fuck. I learned it from her daughter. It's really funny. And your daughter used to comment, Mom, you're not really going to wear that on.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Really, and I knew she didn't get that idea from your mom, Chrissy. I go, what is in Dave's genes that is making her act this way? She was really judgmental about the Elvets.
Yeah.
My mom is.
Yeah.
That was
Dave,
just so funny.
That comes from Dave. Because Dave used to say things like, "Oh, you got to wear the slutty outfit." I'm like, "What do you mean slutty? It's not slutty. It's
a regular outfit."
You got to wear the slutty outfit.
So what? So what if we got most of them at that time in the stripper shops on Hollywood Boulevard?
Yes.
Oh, some of my favorite shoes come out of those shops.
Yeah.
They're very comfortable and you can dance in them.
Jatem is on Hollywood Boulevard, and they would have a pattern for my jumpsuits. And $100 I could get a jumpsuit made out of any fabric I brought in.
Wow. And
did you ever have a fitting there?
Oh yeah. Oh, I sure did. I was spared, but I know Lisa Flores
and Hockley was spared too.
What? Oh, Hockley too? Oh, well, you should tell about that.
Yeah, it was only Lisa Flores.
It was only Flores, yeah. Yeah. Lisa Flores, come to find out, like she just thought it was normal. It was that old, what
Taylor's.
You
have to take off all your clothes?
Yeah. What? You mean he didn't feel all the way up to your crotch? No, he didn't. Yeah.
That was Hollywood Boulevard. It's all different now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I had an audition like that. They were like, they wanted to see your back because there was going to be a tattoo if you got cast in this film. They're like, we want to see your back, and it was in the days where you wore like the backless shirts were already in style. So that's what I wore to the audition. They were like, most girls are just taking it all off so we can see everything, and I was like, no.
The tattoo is going to be much lower on your back.
It's going to be more on your vagina. So if you can just
go back, it's up to the front.
I was like, no. That one was also in a house, that audition.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, young girls of today learn you don't do auditions in a house. You can do them on Zoom.
You used to, yeah, exactly. It's a little safer now. But they did. They used to like warn you about that. Well, don't go to a hotel room. Don't go to a house. But
but when you're young, you just do things sometimes. You're like, and then sometimes it turns out to be Elvis, and that's fine.
Well, Chrissy helped me audition later, and then we had some crazy girls who were crawling on the stage and dancing and
yeah,
all that kind of stuff, which was really they didn't get those notes yet. I'm not coming to your house.
No. Well, yeah. It was we did the auditions at Slim's studio where we rehearsed the CNC show before.
It's a classic. I love that place.
CNC shows.
I know.
And yeah, we did it full on audition style, us behind the table, and the girls would come in one at a time.
And Chris
And
was
boy,
like, 7, 8.
I'm just gonna put on some music. You just dance.
Just take it real slow.
And
My
I was
favorite
there in the
still-
same bathrobe because it's my traditional audition bathrobe.
Your audition outfit.
But now I can tell Chrissy, tell him to dance.
That's right.
Here's the other
That's even
Yeah.
creepier. That's
Exactly.
kind of like
Here's my
a
accomplice.
My favorite of that day was the one who did this. She had her fedora, her white fedora, and I think a white jacket too, and she did this. Take me to the river.
Oh,
Fuck me in the water. That was her whole audition.
Chrissy, what if she's our biggest fan and watching this?
I said it was my favorite.
I kind of just want to audition for you now because I want to see what you're wearing.
Under this
look at what he's wearing
my
now.
bathrobe. My bathrobe.
Yeah. But you have a long history from way before Elvis. in
Yes.
music.
I was doing a band. We're working on a documentary. They're already filming stuff, but they're coming up here to Seattle, where we are located now, to start some filming on a Zeros documentary.
Cool.
I had never listened to them until today because I was looking you up, and I'm hooked. It's I love it.
It was
Great.
punk rock by teenage kids. We were all 16 and 17, and so it was a good.
Your drummer is great.
It's
by
my
the way.
cousin, Michelle Chanel's brother, Bobby.
So fun.
And my brother-in-law's lead singer, Hector. They're all family friends, but it was a great experience as a 16-year-old kid playing the Whiskey a Go-Go, then driving home to be in school the next morning.
That's insane.
And then only being there on the weekends perhaps saved us from the druggy underworld that is Los Angeles punk rock.
Yeah. The early days of punk rock. You're part of that original punk rock, LA punk rock scene. Yeah.
All there with X, and we were there for the Germs' very first show.
Oh my gosh.
X and all those are I didn't have school friends, high school friends, but John Doe, Exene, Belinda, Jane Weedland are my high school friends because I didn't have any in real life.
I mean, like, I just watched the Go-Go's documentary too, which was a great documentary.
I was there at the first show. I saw it all.
That's
insane.
You were at their first show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jane Weedland, when she moved out of the Canterbury, she gave me her apartment, her bed, and she left her old boyfriend still there. Which is a story for another time, but anyway.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's a story for now. We want the exclusive.
That's right.
That was the drummer for the Bags, Terry Graham. Could be a friend, but he was just like, you're trying to get him out of there. But he's been with the apartment for a while. But
yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, I can't imagine, like, just seeing photographs from that era, from that time. I mean, just how different the scene was than now, or
it was very different because it was tons more women, and I mean girls. We were all teenagers.
Yeah, you guys are kids.
People of color, a lot more gay. The funny thing is, it was all the kids who had came from Rodney's disco, or kids who had come from glam rock. Were all the gays and the misfits and the kids from Uni High and all these odd kids like Darby Crash, Lorna Doone, Jane Weedland. What do? Glam rock is dead. And it was all the gays and lesbians, people of color, LSXA, Tito, etc., and women galore just making a scene. But later, as it got more popular, it turned into hardcore, and the white male idea of punk rock turned the curve and made it popular, and that got shipped out with Black Flag and other bands of hardcore, but it started out as anyone who liked punk rock loved John Waters.
Yeah.
Loved
Yeah.
Sure.
funky
Yeah.
stuff, had a sense of education, humor at least, or
Yeah.
style of fashion. And then when hardcore came along, it goes, okay, songs only sound like this, you only dress like this. As before, we had jazzy bands, punky bands, reggae bands, rockabilly bands. It was this big umbrella of all different styles and tons of women. And then it turned into hardcore that just wiped away
Wow.
the roots.
What
shame.
Why do you think that is?
Popularity. I mean, even like Kurt Cobain said, I hate my fans when they become $1 million, because it turns into public mainstream.
Right.
Is like what you can do as, I mean, I'm sure Burning Man was wonderful
In the beginning.
At first,
Yeah.
but then when you become a big monolith of you encompass all, well, it means drugs to me. Oh, it means sex to me. When before it was like, it was about creativity and sharing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the downfall of popularity.
Is it like labels and studios getting involved, or?
Because you have to appeal to more people.
Right.
And so you're here to make money, as the beginning of it wasn't, okay, I have my eye on the dollar. And especially us as 16-year-old kids. I mean, we were friends with
Just
John Doe, but they were 25. And compared to a 16-year-old, I'm just happy to be out of school and playing a show. They had their eye on the prize, and they were better musicians by us by far, because they were 25 to 16.
Oh, they had more experience, right?
Yeah, and so the idea, and what I learned as from the Screamers, X, and all these people. I mean, I'm 16, I'm watching 25 years old. And being a contemporary with them and a peer was a landslide of knowledge and information. But it is the idea of, okay, what are you here for? I'm here to make money, or etc.
I'm here to make art. Yeah. And I feel like you're one of those people who has always been here to make art.
Yeah, I mean, I have opportunities, and I will go with my passion for, and I've made money. I mean, I have a house, I have a sports car, but
great house.
The reason I can't do Fridays is because I'm delivering pizza. All my tours, a whole 2020 Elvis for Prez tour canceled.
All gone,
I'm sitting with a big backload of Elvis for Prez buttons, and it's like, when you can't perform, it's like, what do you do?
So if anybody wants to buy some Elvis for Prez buttons, let us know, because they are.
We've been talking about 2020 for years.
Oh yeah.
The button to point.
You will.
Or was it? Well, I was there in my room.
That's right. That's right. We should have. Now that I think about it, we should have done like a Zoom concert of the show.
You still
next
can.
Time.
You still can, because
we're
still in a pandemic.
The weapons were stolen. It was supposed to be me. Damn you, Kanye.
Oh God! Thank God that's all over.
But it's not.
It's not. No,
the repercussions are not over. I know that. Yeah.
You could still do a show. I'm just saying, because
it's true.
We're still going to be here for a while.
It's true.
And I'm really good at recycling my old ideas.
We sure are. I sure are. Makes it easier for me to learn shows, though. A lot easier. And then, okay, so that led to Elvis, like later on. Well, first of all, I need you to tell.
I was in a band called Catholic Discipline, which is
Catholic Discipline. That's right.
That sounds very sexy.
It was a great band with Frank, the Jewish lesbian folk singer, Craig Lee, it was Claude Bessie, the editor of Slash Magazine, and it was a great band because we were all on the instruments we'd never played before. So drummers were first-time drummers, keyboard. I was on keyboard of our FISA keyboard, and we were on the film, and it was post-punk. It was by that point, punk was already on the hard edge wave, and that I was also in a band called Johnny's with Carl Reiner's son, Lucas Reiner.
I don't know about the Johnnies.
Yeah, it was a poppy kind of new jazzy kind of thing, and that was Mel's. It was really funny because all my second realm of high school kids were all kids from Beverly Hills. I'd be hanging out at Carl Reiner's house or Mel Stewart's house or Suzanne
Oh,
Jet's
oh,
house.
hold
All
on.
the old schooly Hollywood kids. Because, well, Robert, you grew up with us. You're an honorary Beverly Hills High School kid, so it was a real
Wow, weird.
time of that. Yeah.
Did you run into a Stefan then?
No,
That's weird. I would think he'd have been all over that.
we would have.
No, so we're like, because I know, like, just from stuff that I've seen and read about the Reiner household, like Albert Brooks and those guys were all hanging out then too, right?
Yeah, no, me and Lucas were invited to. My brother wants us to be extras in his film. What's it about? It's called Spinal Tap, and it's about heavy metal stuff. And it's like, what am I regretting? Like, we could have been there. And he goes, it's a film about heavy metal. Who wants that? Let's no. And he goes, okay, let's go make music instead.
Wow. I do need you. I think this is actually a high school story. You told me once that your family couldn't afford, or you couldn't afford platforms, and you wanted platforms. So.
Yeah, well, which is the whole beauty of punk rock, is if you can't go to the store or you bake it, it was like, or you bake it in a cake with your 3D printer. But I think it's just like, I remember Loretta Lynn, coal miner's daughter, saying, well, we can't buy it, we'll make it. And it was the whole idea. It's like,
Yep.
I'll make platform shoes, because before punk rock, I loved Kiss and Bowie and all that stuff. And so I made my own platform. Are you going to show a picture of it?
I wish. I don't. Do you have a picture? I wish. But you can describe it. Describe what you did.
Later.
Huh? Yeah.
So there were pieces of wood this big, and I made denim, bleached denim, and circled the bleach sparks with sequins and zippers at the back. So there are thigh-high platform boots. And you'll see a picture right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that, because it really, like, you told me that story, I don't know when, long ago. And it's such the essence of you. Like, that is such the essence of you. So it perfectly encapsulates like what you do. You know, okay, I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna do my own thing here, and you've always done your own thing, and that's so you got the desired effect with
I did.
blocks of wood. But so, and Elvez came out of
La Luz de Jesus. I ran La Luz de Jesus Art Gallery on Melrose during the Melrose heyday. And it was an art gallery right above the soap plant. And we were folk art, tribal art, but this was early 80s. So it was like before the Coop, the Piz, all Robert Williams. We gave Robert Williams his first real solo show, because he had been that. So it was like a great time to learn all about art that I loved. But we were turning first-timer artists into great things, which is like now everyone copies these people. So it was a great time, but it was a time I was thinking, and I was the PR person, and I had great product, and so it was easy to promote them. But it was at one point I curated a show on the theme of Elvis, and at one point I said, we had all these hardcore fans hanging out all day and great art on Elvis. I dared myself to go to Memphis, Tennessee, to be part of an Elvis impersonator concert. A yearly tribute to Elvis since he died on August 16th. And I said, I'll work in the hotel, work up some words, and be clever. Made these great posters taking pictures of Elvis from the film Fun in Acapulco. And it was like Elvis with a mariachi band or dressed in a toreador. And I go, Elvis is Mexican. Elvis, the Mexican Elvis. So all the PR I had learned from running the gallery, I just turned myself into living art. And when I got home, it got in the LA Times, Elvis, the Mexican Elvis from LA, new Elvis, blah, 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 blah. And then my first call was to be on a show with Colin Quinn. He had a Saturday afternoon TV show. And so before anyone had seen me in real life, I was on national television in a show called Theater for TV. And then from that, I got a call from Bobcat Goldthwait, and I was performing at the Wiltern Theater to these crappy tapes that I had bought at Graceland and just sang louder than they were singing in the backgrounds and singing Immigration Time instead of Suspicious Minds, etc. like that. And it was like a great con, but it had some good entertainment value. And it was like,
Yeah.
it was just like snowballed. Within that first year, I was talking with Disney because it was such a great thing. I was working with Disney. It was like, if Disney's interested in Elvez, I must be on the right track. And so I can do whatever I want to. And then I said, oh, I'm going to talk about revolutions and more politics and more about sex and more about human rights. Isn't like that as much.
No,
They weren't
Disney.
into that? Really?
No,
Well,
Disney's
now
not
they
into that.
are. You know, they got Mulan and all that stuff.
right.
Well,
That's right.
that's
It's different time. I was just too early.
Yeah,
for
ahead of the
Disney.
curve.
Yes, and so they hired another Robert Lopez to do Frost and Frozen and all that stuff. Yeah,
true.
at one point Robert Lopez went this way, and one point the other Robert Lopez went that way. He started out very dark with doing South
Avenue-
Park and Avenue Q,
Avenue Q.
and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And then he said, "Oh, I'm going to go lighter." One Robert went that way, one Robert went that way, and I went this way.
Oh, yeah, you did. Look at that. That's all gone. Yeah, and then the story doesn't end there. You've been like Elvez, obviously. Okay, we've talked about 25 years of doing shows, and I think we agree one of the highlights was opening for Bowie and Roskilde.
Yeah, no, it was 20,000 people.
I'm so annoyed at this. Hold on. I have to say I'm so annoyed because now there are two groups of people in my life that have opened for Bowie. And
Who are the others?
Polyphonic
Oh,
went on tour in
Polyphonic.
Japan.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw that concert tour. They were really amazing. They made me cry.
It's very annoying that my sister has a picture next to David Bowie.
No, we didn't get that.
And well, they did.
He walked by us.
Well,
There was
a whole-
in the contract I had to be 500 meters away.
yes.
from him.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
they had that.
We waited
They had that
for
too.
long, yeah.
No. They had that
We
too.
did think, I didn't know that at the time, but
Oh, and my brother-in-law didn't either. And my
no,
brother-in-law has-
I knew that at the time. But Bowie thanked us from the stage.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know. I heard years later from our manager that he actually thanked us from the stage. So I thought that was nice.
Yeah, there's a whole story with my brother-in-law Mark and David Bowie walking, and he was like, "Hey, man," and it wasn't great. But they do have a picture like Polyphonic, and then you guys, and I'm like, seriously? Ugh.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It was really magical to have at punk rock. I think really wore down those ideas like, oh, my heroes are my friends who I see on stage that day.
Yeah.
And having that early on lowered that level of, oh, I could meet David Bowie. If I had an idea to meet someone, I would say, oh, I'm going to meet that one. And it really made things more accessible. When you become a rock star, it makes things more accessible, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just like the idea of, why wouldn't that happen?
Right.
Like your friends. And so I'm really glad. I mean, I've done shows with Angie Bowie. I've hung out with Duncan Bowie and movies and stuff like that. It's just a funny thing. It's like, oh, that can be in the realm of possibilities.
Well, they're ultimately just people.
Yeah, no, that's the wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And so are you. And the ideas of like-minded people can intersect. And I'm going to borrow from you or steal and inspire you or take, et cetera, et cetera. It's really a nice idea, which is, I think, punk rock gave to me. It's like you may beg, borrow, steal, and inspire, create, and destroy, all in tribute, all in homage, all into change, and all these things will intertwine.
Yeah. I think I'm going to share I have some photos, first of all, that I'm going to share. That, let's see, share screen, let's see. It always takes a second here, but, you'll get the point. Okay, so people can see this was the Zeros. Look at you, what a
Oh my gosh.
16 years
So
old.
cute.
A baby. Such a baby. And there's another one. You can see even more here. What a baby.
Eric
you were.
Estrada was in your band?
Chips. He had a chip on his shoulder.
Oh.
And
These are
you
the kind
can-
of jokes you can hear on stage, folks.
You can watch video of us on TV when we were 16. If you look up YouTube, there's videos of us on morning TV shows in San Diego
Oh,
playing.
nice.
It's like really cute because we're all going staring into the red light of the camera. And
This was, I guess, taken in New York.
yeah, in the meat packing district, which is all fancy now, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was-
Check that out. Speaking of famous people, your boyfriend.
we just went on one date. Yeah, our date we went
Morrissey.
on was, we did a tour with him, but got canceled after a couple of shows.
Most of it.
But
Yeah.
our date was to see the Strokes' very first live performance at the El Rey Theater. They were opening for the Doves, and it was the Strokes. They hadn't got signed yet, but it was the Strokes' first
Wow.
appearance. And I was friends with their manager, and I didn't even know about them. It was like they were pretty good.
And was this before? This was after he wore an Elvez T-shirt on. Was it Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, after that.
Yeah.
That.
That's how you were tipped off that he was a fan, right?
Yes. And then we played with our last show we did was with you, Chrissy, at the House of
Yeah.
Blues in Disneyland.
Yeah, that's right.
Very
That was our last
audience.
show with
Yes,
Sweet and Tender Hooligans.
Yes.
That's right.
Very Republican nowadays.
Yeah. I just wanted to show off some of the costumes, just a couple. This is a classic Elvez costume, the Aztec.
I'm very limber there. I teach yoga sometimes.
Super limber.
Yeah.
And this is even, I think, before you were doing yoga. This is, because I think who is that back there?
That's Slim.
Is it
And I
Slim
think
back
that's
there? Kind of doesn't look like Slim.
Willie Bongiovanni.
Yeah. Then there's this Gem.
Ah, that peekaboo leather jumpsuit.
That's right. Yep, famous. Yeah. So this is not polka dots. This is Robert's skin you see in all of these.
Skin. It's
little
very
holes.
smooth skin.
And that's Lisa Hockley there, right?
And that's really her
Actually,
skin.
you know what? That's Tyler. That's actually not Lisa. That's Tyler.
Ah,
Yeah. There's us. That's
Pinky, who was on the show.
Pinky. This is during the Elvez for Press show.
I read many times.
Yeah, many times over the years. And I just had to show this because this was a classic. This was in Spain. Our hosts up in, was this in Gijón? It was one of
Gijón,
the
yeah.
coast. Yeah, it was in Gijón. And the host made us a paella, which is very big, and did this with the peppers.
And my name in pimentos, yes.
Yes.
You know we made it when your name is in pimentos.
I should have to go with this. I should have had the picture of the casino in Laughlin. Your name up in
From
lights.
this to that, yes.
Yep. This is cool. This is very cool.
It was a wall-sized billboard on in Belltown. Is that your
That's
crowd?
me.
There you go. Yes.
That's me. And this would be, I think that's Tiffany, actually, because this was Seattle. Yeah. Yeah. I never got any money for that, by the way.
But I got a lot of beer. I'll send you
Did you
some.
get some Red Hook? Okay, so this is so that's one of the things you've always like reinvented yourself, which I love. You were doing, and maybe you're still doing? Yeah, well, not right now.
Yes, I haven't done it for a while. The Unhappy Hour is a really good, sad Robert Lopez, other side of Elvez.
Yeah.
It's very Elvez in a musical, using music in something you know as a song and then flipping it, but really sad. But in my opinion, very funny.
It's great. Yeah, it's really great. You take the audience sort of on a ride, your emotional roller coaster.
And it goes up and I really cry, and it was like stuff about becoming older and political values, sexual values. I live grinder on stage.
And you talk about depression in it.
Lots of depression, yes. It's a which is really funny. I didn't do any during the pandemic because I go, oh, maybe it's too close for home. But now that we're on the rebound knot, I will bring it out again.
Now, see, this is something, Robert, just to give you an idea, this is something you could be doing from home
Yeah. Yep.
as, a solo show. Because
Yep.
this is that you do it on your own. Just telling you. So this is something I wanted to point out. Like, if you see the Elvez record covers, I just wanted to show one. So everybody knows this Bowie album cover. But perhaps you didn't know that this was Robert's take on it.
That's super cute.
I know, isn't that great? So
Taking care of business.
There it is. TCB, a lad from Spain. And no, you're not. Okay, and then this is one of your other subsequent bands, the Little
The
Richards.
Little Richards, one of my favorite bands, really all dancing, all polka dots. Everyone's a lead singer, and it's a tribute to Little Richard, who I used to talk to every morning. I used to work at the Hyatt on Sunset. So every morning I would talk and go, hey, little Robert. And he would talk and order his food because he was living at the Hyatt on Sunset for like about 2 years. And once we did a festival in Spain, and we were staying at the same hotel, and I met him in the lobby, and I go, hello, Mr. Richard. I don't know if you remember me. I used to work at the Hyatt. And he goes, little Robert. And he was just it was the biggest honor, and this is my honor to the late, great Little Richard.
I love stories like that. Just really quickly, because I used to work at the Beverly Wilshire Four Seasons. So I've had a lot of connections through there, but then outside of that, have met some people, like reconnected with people, and it's fun. It's so fun like that. It's like, I don't know if you remember me, but
a movie about hotels.
Yeah. It's like, I know what kind of beer you like, and I know who you were sleeping with. And
we're having a photo session in the house tonight. Robert, can you send up some pina coladas, virgin pina coladas? Only one yet. So some virgin pina coladas. Send them up to the room.
Oh my god. This is this is new.
Yes. That is made by my cousin, Kevin Chanel, who had a wonderful band called Sugar Twin Reverb. And he is Michelle Chanel's and Baba Chanel's brother. And he has this new label out called El Enojado. And he has...
Enojado.
That's what I meant, yes. Sure. I was just looking at Eno because he has another one called Another Green Salsa with a picture of Eno as the album Another Green World. But anyways, yes, it's a great salsa, and I will post it on something. I'm really bad at the medias, but
Instagrams, Facebooks.
Instagram, yeah. It's a nice hot sauce that just tastes just like me. Although they will not have it at the Elvez restaurant. And the Elvez restaurant.
Yes, I was going to mention that. The Elvez restaurant, I can stop sharing that now. That there's a whole chain.
Three of them
now.
Yes.
What are there, two in Philadelphia now?
One in Philadelphia, one in Manhattan.
Oh, that's right, Manhattan now. And Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, yes. And the restaurant business has been very, very good to me. And who doesn't want to have a restaurant named after me? And sometimes I do live shows. We did a live show there, didn't we?
I was not on that, of course. I did not.
And I DJ sometimes there, or I've done New Year's specials. But who doesn't want a restaurant named after?
Sure, yeah. Who wouldn't? I want a restaurant. I just want somebody to cook for me all the time. Delicious food. Okay, I should show the video.
Yeah, so I like to do other things, and Pat and Letty from San Diego. San Diego is one of my hotbeds of entertainment value.
So this is Pat and Letty Beers. I'm just going to clarify, who are in Little Richards as well. And they have their own band.
Schizophonics, who are a wonderful band. You should see it.
Very cool.
We have another band.
If you look behind me, see that painting there?
That one?
That is a Pat Beers painting.
He is a very talented young man.
Yeah.
And we have another band called Bobby and the Pins, which is a completely different band. And we bounce off each other with ideas, and they're really inspirations. We're really good friends, and we'll get in big fights because we care. And anyway, they came up to Seattle here during the heart of the summer pandemic, and they stayed 2 weeks. And every night when I got home from delivering pizza at Zeke's Pizza, we would have a drink, write a song, go into my costume wardrobe, put on a costume, and do a song. And then the wonderful from Los Angeles, Pablo Prieto, where you can watch all the videos because we made about 10 of them.
We'll just show one tonight.
Yeah, we'll leave on later and watch. But we're going to watch one right now, and this is a song that was inspired by our friend Dave, who's throughout our day write a song called "Cold Cock," and because we were talking about fighting or something, and this is what we came up with.
All right, let's show it. It's going to do that and that.
Quarantine.
Welcome to the Quarantine Songwriting Challenge.
I'm Fanta.
I'm Cold Pop.
I'm Dr. P.
I'm Pablo.
And we are COVID Cola. We were holed up in Seattle for 2 weeks, and we wrote a song every day when I got home from work delivering pizza.
And we challenge you.
Quarantine. Do you know what I mean?
I know those costumes. Oh my god. That's great. I purposely saved watching it till right now. That is really fun.
That's your live reaction right now.
It was an actual real reaction.
Can I just say, like, it took me a really long time. I had no idea that all of us experience chanclas. Like, I didn't know that was a shared experience. I was like, what?
He's wearing them now.
Are you going to throw them?
You might.
Are you going to swat me with it?
Yeah.
And
I'm
those
not wearing pants, but I'm wearing chanclas.
The video mentions that those jackets were stolen from Teatro Zinzani,
Yes.
but doesn't mention why you stole them from Teatro Zinzani.
Oh, so Chrissy could wear them as a little drummer boy marching on a stage. Yes.
Yes, we wear them in the Elvez
Christmas review
Christmas show.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, this has been really fun. Even I miss being able to hang out on tour or in a hotel room or something with you or backstage.
Someday
We'll do it again.
together, like Diana Ross said, and then we'll go solo.
Someday. But this was super fun to
Thank you much.
chat with you. Thanks for coming on.
Hi to all the listeners, viewers. Hope you have some nice comments, which you're going to add in later, I guess.
Well, they'll be commenting live tomorrow night.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
for us tomorrow, but they're saying it'll be tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Live tomorrow, today.
That's right. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully, I mean, Robert's been part of our virtual CNC shows. So hopefully there will be more of those, and Robert will be a part of them again.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the plan.
Yeah. And don't forget to join us on Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. for our weekly check-in.
Our bright and cheery weekly
Yeah.
check-in.
If you phone those in early, I can do that. Otherwise, I'll still be asleep.
You can catch it later. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you soon.
Bye, Andy Siriano.
Adios.
I love Andy Siriano. Like,
Who doesn't love Andy?